Okay, we've all been there, right? You're just staring at a blank screen, trying to figure out how to write that really tough email. The one where you've got to be firm but also polite. And then, bam, like magic, an AI assistant just swoops in and hands you the perfect draft in seconds. I mean, it's an incredible feeling, and it really gets at this huge question at the heart of the tech world right now. So when it comes to the two biggest names out there, ChatGPT and Google Gemini, who's actually winning this AI arms race? Who's leading the revolution? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down in this explainer. We're going to look at how these two tech giants are really battling it out for the future of AI. So yeah, let's start with the basics.
All right, so in one corner, you've got ChatGPT. This is the phenom from OpenAI, and it's backed by the full might of Microsoft. And in the other corner, Google Gemini, the super powerful successor to Bard, and it's flexing all the muscle of the world's biggest search engine. Believe me, this is so much more than just two chatbots going head-to-head.
Okay, so to really get what this rivalry is all about, we gotta look under the hood. Let's meet the contenders and see what they're really made of. So first up, we've got ChatGPT. It runs on these incredibly powerful GPT models from OpenAI. And GPT-4, well, that's the premium engine. It's famous, for generating these stunningly human-like responses. It can handle complex, multi-step reasoning, and it writes content that, honestly, often feels like a real person wrote it. It's kind of wild. And then you've got Google Gemini. This is Google's flagship AI, and it comes in a few different flavors, like the Gemini 1.5 Pro. It's built for speed, powerful reasoning, and for coding. But here's the really crucial part. Google has baked Gemini directly into its entire product universe. We're talking from Gmail and Docs right into your search results. Maybe the best way to really get the core difference here is with an analogy. So think of it like this. ChatGPT is the writer and thinker at the desk. It's your creative partner. Gemini, on the other hand, is the researcher with an endless library pass. It's connected directly to the world's biggest library. Yep, Google Search. Okay, so now that we know who they are, let's actually put them in the ring. It's time to see how they stack up in a direct head-to-head comparison, strengths and weaknesses. So where does ChatGPT really shine? Well, it comes down to three key areas. First up, creativity. I mean, if you want a poem, a script, a bedtime story, it's your absolute go-to. Second is complex reasoning. It is fantastic at taking these super complicated problems and just breaking them down into logical steps. And third, you've got its whole ecosystem of plugins and integrations, which let it connect to all sorts of other tools and even browse the web. Now, Gemini's strengths, they're kind of a mirror image of Google itself. Its biggest advantage, by far, is live knowledge. It's plugged directly into Google Search, so its answers are incredibly up-to-date. It also totally excels at multimodal tasks, and what that means is it can understand text, images, and video all seamlessly. And of course, that deep integration into the Google ecosystem is just a massive plus. And this table just lays out the trade-offs perfectly. Look, ChatGPT's core job is content creation, but its biggest weakness is that it can hallucinate. That's when an AI just makes stuff up, but with total confidence, even if it's completely wrong. On the flip side, Gemini's core job is information synthesis. But yeah, its answers can feel a little dry, maybe even robotic. So what does that mean? ChatGPT is best for drafting and brainstorming, while Gemini is your go-to for research and summaries. All right, so specs on paper are one thing, right? But how do these AI giants actually perform out in the real world for real people like you and me? Let's put them to the test and see how they really stack up. Okay, so if you're a student, the choice here is fascinating. ChatGPT is kind of like that friendly, patient tutor who explains concepts with really helpful examples and analogies. Gemini, on the other hand, is more like that strict but super thorough professor. It gives you the facts and then provides all the official reference links so you can go check the sources yourself. And what about in the professional world? Well, we see a really clear split. You've got writers, marketers, and coders who tend to lean on ChatGPT for its creative flair, its ability to just generate those first drafts. But for academics, journalists, and really anyone doing research-heavy work, Gemini is often the winner, all because of its connection to live data and its ability to give you citations. Okay, and what about for just everyday, casual use? Well, if you want a quick summary of the latest news or maybe the score of last night's game, Gemini's real-time connection is perfect for that. But If you're looking to have a fun, quirky conversation or write a silly poem or just kind of play around, ChatGPT's personality just feels a lot more natural and engaging.
Here's another really good way to think about it. It's kind of like comparing Netflix and YouTube. ChatGPT is Netflix. It gives you polished, high-production, curated content. Gemini, that's more like YouTube. It's a fire hose of real-time, raw, and just incredibly diverse information that's being pulled from every corner of the internet. But beyond how we use them individually, there's a much, much bigger war being waged here. This is the battle for business, for the enterprise level, and for total, complete integration into our daily work lives. And what's fascinating is that both companies are chasing almost the exact same strategy. You've got Microsoft aggressively embedding ChatGPT into its entire Office empire. We're talking Word, Excel, Teams, all through its Copilot feature. And at the exact same time, Google is doing the same thing, weaving Gemini into Gmail, Docs, Sheets, and Android. It is a flat-out race to become indispensable. So, the crucial point is really this. The long-term winner of this whole AI race, it might not be decided by who has the smartest model right now. Nope, it's all about who can seamlessly integrate into your existing workflow first and become that tool you just can't live without. And right now, it is absolutely neck and neck.
So, after looking at the tech, the real-world tests, the business strategies, it all comes down to one final question. Who is the winner?
After everything we've just gone through, who actually comes out on top here? Is it the creative thinker, ChatGPT, or the master researcher, Gemini? Well, the answer probably isn't what you're thinking. See, the winner isn't one of them. The real winner is you, the user. The absolute smartest strategy isn't to pick a side, but to use the right tool for the right job. Use ChatGPT when you need creativity, when you're brainstorming, or for complex reasoning. And then you switch right over to Gemini when you need up-to-the-minute facts, quick summaries, and rock-solid research. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. This incredible AI race, it isn't about crowning a single champion. It's about empowering all of us with a brand new toolkit. The real victory is in learning how to use these amazing tools smartly, together, to basically augment our own intelligence. So the question isn't who will win. The real question is, what will you build with them?